Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So if you are preparing for your NMIMS MBA examinations which are going to be held starting from 4th of June and ends up I think on 21st of June. So this video is going to be one of the most useful resources you will ever watch. So every examination cycle student has come up with the different types of questions regarding the registration, exam pattern, demo exam, technical requirements, preparation strategies and the previous year questions. So to help and to avoid all such confusion and the last minute stress, I have created this complete examination preparation video. So in the next few videos, I will be walked through the complete process step by step. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to prepare, what mistakes which you need to avoid, and how you can maximize your chances of scoring the maximum marks. But before we begin, let me share you one important insight. Like many of the students spend weeks of the time in studying the notes, textbooks, reference materials, and but yet missed out one of the important resource which makes the biggest difference for the examination preparation, that is the previous year exam question bank. So in fact, if you will ask me to choose one of the resource to prepare for the NMIMS examination, I would choose the previous year question bank because that will reveal you the examination pattern, that will help you to prepare for the most important topics and help you focus on what actually matters for your examination. So let's get started. So before we discuss about the preparation, let's first understand the examination schedule. So many students get confused about when is the exams going to be conducted, in which slots they should choose. So students who are admitted in the January cycle, they have to appear during the June and July cycle examinations, and students who have opted for the June cycle, they need to give the examinations during the December and the January cycle. Backlog examinations usually hand in the month of April and September. Like if you get any backlog in this cycle, then you need to give the exam again in the September. And for December students, you need to give the exam in the month of April. Why understanding this cycles is important? Because this will help you to prepare more effectively, more efficiently, and you will come to know, okay, when is going to be your exam, so you will plan accordingly. Next, text talks about the examination slots. So basically, NMIMS offers you three examination slots. The first one is the morning slot, which is 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The second is the afternoon slot, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And third one is the evening slot, 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. My recommendation is to choose a slot during your peak productivity hours. Like if you are the most alert in the morning, choose for the morning slot. And if you are working professional and you think that you can perform better later in the day, then you can choose the evening slot. The exam duration is of 2.5 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So time management is very critical. Though most of the students have complete their examination within the timelines. If I talk about the exams are conducted on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you are working professional, definitely you will prefer Saturday and Sunday. And if you are on not non-working professional, then maybe you can opt for any of the day like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday and Sunday. You can choose multiple slots as per your convenience. Like if you want to give three exams in a day, you can give. You can choose one morning, evening, and afternoon slot. If you want to give one exam a day, you can choose one slot at a day. Choice is all yours. You can book as per your convenience. Now next part comes is the examination registration process. So this is the first step for appearing for your examination. Many students make mistakes during the registration simply because they rush through the process. One important part is like for the registration, it's mandate to cover up your 75% of the learner's engagement. Only thereafter you will be eligible for the exam registration process. Now start by selecting the subjects very carefully. When you choose the subjects, then you need to choose the particular exam city center. If you are planning to give the exam from the prometric centers, if you want to choose your home base, then you can just select the home from the drop down list. Then you need to choose the slot, like the date and the time which suits the most. And before proceeding with the payment, if you see the payment for per exam is 800 rupees, so overall it will be 4800. So before making the payment, I would request to review everything once again. A small mistake can create unnecessary complications, but don't get panicked much if you book wrongly. Then again, NMIMS provides you one option to change your exam slots by paying extra 500 rupees. In 500 rupees, you can change one exam, two exam, or all maybe all of the six exam. But the timeline is before 48 hours of the exam conducted. Then after the you get a successful payment, you can take the snapshot for the future reference. And I would recommend not to wait for the last day to this register, because many a times the server issues or payment delays may come up. Register as early as possible if you are clear with your dates. Now this is one of the important slide. If you see here, we need to understand that what is the exam pattern. So in exam, there are three sections. The first one is 26 easy questions, which are covering of 1 marks, so 26 marks. Then 7 are medium to difficult MCQ questions, which carries 2 marks per question. So total will be 14 marks. So if we talk about MCQ questions 40 marks out of the 70 marks. And the third one is the descriptive, which covers the 10 marks for each question, and 3 questions will cover 30 marks. So the descriptive section individually contribute to the 30 marks. It's almost 43% of the overall score. So many students just spend the time in practicing the MCQ questions and ignore the descriptive questions. I've seen the pattern. So this is the big mistake. A student who is writing the descriptive question often gains a significant advantage. The reason behind this is, in MCQ question, if you attempt wrongly, it's simply black and white, right? If you get the C is the right answer, and if you opt for D, it's not like it's a nearby answer, then you will get half marks. No, you will get 0 marks. And if you opt for C, then it's a 1 marks. But in descriptive question, the chances of scoring the marks is high. If you don't know the complete answer, still if you write 3-4 lines, there's a scope of getting 2 or 3 marks. Or maybe if you know it very well, then you can score 7 to 8 marks. So it's a gray area between 0 to 10 marks. So here you can easily score the good marks. So that's why I recommend my students to prepare for the MCQ questions as well as prepare for the descriptive questions. Now let's come, we talk about the pre-examination checklist. So success in the online examination is not only about the knowledge, it's about the preparation. So before examination day, there's few things which you need to verify. The first one is the metal demo exam, which is very important, which will do the system compatibility to check your webcam, your microphone, your browser settings, and all other stuff. Next is the internet connection, internet bandwidth. That is very important. Stable connection can save you from the unnecessary interruptions. Check your power backup options. Always choose a quiet room to where you can just focus completely. And the simple checks may take a few minutes, which can avoid further major problems before the actual examination. So pre-examination checklist is very important. Now checking the system compatibility and the demo one. So in system compatibility, the most important thing is, many a student think that okay, my laptop is working fine, everything is fine, so I can directly give the exam. But this is not the ideal scenario. Many a times at the last moment things will get worsen. So the system compatibility check, it's very important to check whether the system is meeting the technical requirements as per the metal requirements. So it will check your browser settings, it will check your webcam, it will check your microphone and other permissions. So you should have to check before giving the examination. Once the compatibility check is complete, you can move to the demo examination. So the demo examination allows you to understand what is the actual pattern of the examination. You will be able to familiarize about yourself, like how to navigate, what are the question formats, so what is the submission process. It's basically a rehearsal before the main performance. The most comfortable when you are with the platform, the more confident are you can give the examination. Now before the examination checklist, so these are few of the checklists which you need to be taken care of. Like keep your ID proof always handy. Many students forget to keep the ID proof, either ID proof or an MIMS ID card. It's very important. Second is keep your laptop fully charged. Keep a water bottle always near you. Keep a pen and paper handy. Always save this metal helpline number in case of any emergency. And start the examination before the slot, 15 minutes before, so that you won't get panicked at the last moment. There are certain things which you need to avoid. Like one of this, you are not allowed to go to the washrooms again and again. So if you are having some issues, then just go to the washroom prior to the examination, and after the examination you can go to the washroom again. And if there's some very urgency, you need to ask to the proctor that you want to go to the washroom due to some personal medical urgency. If they allow you, then only you can go for the washrooms. One important thing, don't keep your mobile nearby. Proctor is very strict. Metal software is very strict. They can easily cut your mobiles nearby. So avoid keeping the mobiles. Always try to sit in a silent room where there is a low noise or there will be no noise, because proctor won't understand that it's the noise coming from your neighborhood or maybe coming from your children. It simply treats that okay, somebody is sitting in the room and it's making the noise, so it will give you a proctor notification, and you might be considered as a you get a UFM or using an unfair means. And always try to sit straight and face in front of the cam. Otherwise, metal proctor will give you multiple notifications. Now, coming to the previous year question bank, where I personally considered the most important stuff. If you have the limited time for the preparation and want the maximum results, then you need to focus on this first. One mistake many students I have seen, which they do, they start reading from the textbooks from page one, making extensive notes, trying to cover every topic equally. Unfortunately, this approach is good, but it's a very time consuming and not very efficient. Previous year question banks will definitely help you that okay, these type of questions will come, so you will be able to understand what is the exam pattern. You will be able to understand that these are the frequently being asked questions, these topics are being repeated, and the level of repetition also you will come to know. Style of the descriptive answers you will come to know. How to manage the time against the actual examination. So why we need to guess what might will come in the examination when you can actually analyze what already had been asked in the past. When you solve these questions, you will be notice the patterns. Okay, these questions are coming repeatedly, certain descriptive questions. So it's not like you are reading everything blindly. You have everything in front of you. And honestly speaking, I can say the previous year questions are the examination blueprint. These are not just the practice questions. These are a roadmap. These are acting as a guide. They can show you exactly where you need to focus on your energy. My recommendation or my strategy is you can just go for these previous year question bank, study chapter by chapter. You can come to know what are the exam important topics, and you will score the good marks. And if I talk about the subjects, for all the subjects for SAM 1, SAM 2, SAM 3, SAM 4, you will be having these subjects and exam terms readily available. Let me quickly show you one of the exam term. Like if you see, so this is my drive. If you see business communication, financial accounting, marketing management, macroeconomics, organizational behavior, and quantitative methods. Let me open. So this is the chapter wise, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 till chapter 12. Let me open any of the random. Maybe I'm just opening chapter 2. So if you see the MCQ questions, the 40 will be the easy MCQ questions with complete answers. Then it comes the 30 medium type. We talked earlier about the 2 marks questions. And then it comes the tough questions. I think that's 30 the tough questions. So total there will be 100 MCQ questions for each chapter. And along with this, I provided the descriptive questions where you can just see the question, what page number should be referred. You need not to refer the complete chapter. Only 4 or 5 pages you need to refer for the descriptive question, and that will simply serve your purpose. So I think I have just coming up with a very simple strategy. And for the working professionals who are doing their job, it is even more important because you are not having the luxury of spending 4 to 5 hours every day. So my final strategy is to go for that for this previous year questions, study well, and you can make the great impact. So consistently practice these MCQ questions. and this further translates in the better marks. So before you start for the preparation question, go for the question bank and study it well. So before we conclude, I would like to remind you that you are not alone in this journey. If you have any issues, any challenges, you can feel free to reach out to me. You are having my contact details. You can contact me over the LinkedIn. I can regularly share you with the updates, guidelines, and resources for my NMIMS students. And if you want to connect me directly, scan this QR code so that uh, you can connect me over the WhatsApp. And all the very best for the students. I would like to wish you all the very best for the examinations, for your assignments. And always remember, success is not determined by how many hours you actually study. It's determined by how effectively you are preparing. So stay consistent, practice previous year questions, focus only on the important topics, prepare your descriptive answers. Most importantly, believe in yourself. So this is the very already you have taken the first step, and if you find this video useful, please like, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the excellent results and a successful NMIMS journey, MBA journey, and all the best, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.